Hello and welcome to my first YouTube video. My name is Uniquely Z. I am the one in the gray shirt, as you can tell, doing the hair for my favorite cousin. Today I'm going to be doing a closure install on her, and not only that, but I'm going to be getting her slave for her birthday. So right now I'm just pushing her edges back to make sure they're protected. Honestly, when it comes to these type of things, no matter if it's a closure or a frontal, I go all the way back with all of the edges, even if it is just like a 4x4 or a 5x5 and not a 13x4 or a 13x6 or a full lace, just to make sure, you don't want no glue to get on the edges, you don't want them to lose no edges, you don't want them to be a baldy in front, so we don't want that. But this is going to be my first YouTube video. Like I said, I'm really excited for you guys to see my progression and how I do wigs and how I get better as I'm going into college and going into better parts of my life. So I will get back to y'all as I continue to slick, after I slick her hair down nice and good before I put that wig cap on.
Fill me up till my cup's overflowing. I'm so anxious just to feel the silence. It's so quiet, but I hear you saying to me, baby, said our time we're making up time. The time you wasn't with me waking up. Now you never said I couldn't.
So when it comes to this part, I'm going to put the ball cap on, but off camera I'm going to redo it again because I realized as I was doing this that I put the cap, when I put it on backwards, it pushed her edges forward. So what I have to do, I have to stand in front of her and push it backwards so it push her edges back. So, but you guys will see that I kind of flipped. You can't necessarily see it, but it looks like I kind of flipped it. But I'm like realizing like right now, like, oh crap, I need to get it together. So before I actually do that, I'm gonna like reflip the wig. That sort. So yeah. Alright guys, now I'm going to take my Ghost Bond glue after applying the cap on properly and going back and make sure I did everything right. I'm going to go ahead and put that Ghost Bond on there. I'm going to do it from eyebrow to eyebrow to make sure that when I do put the closure on, it's going to fit properly.
And another woman that can take your spotlight. If I wrote you a symphony just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents.
Now I'm going to go in the foundation and make sure I add it to the closure area to make sure that it's laid and slayed.
Because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside.
Now I'm going to start cutting the cap. This process was kind of hard for me, but it kind of wasn't. Honestly, when I start cutting the cap, I try to go as slow as possible. But as you see, I was kind of moving a little fast because I don't want to make it completely straight. Because if I go slow, I usually make it straight. So I was trying to go kind of fast. Of course, I have to be in back view, and my back has to always be facing the camera. So sorry about that. And I'm just going to go around the whole cap and cut off all the excess lace because I did sew her cap down, as you can see.
Now if I wrote you a love note and made you smile at every word I wrote, what would you do? Would that make you wanna change your scene and wanna be the one on my team? Tell me, would you? See, what's the point in waiting anymore? Cause girl, I've never been more sure that baby it's you. This ring here represents my heart and everything that you've been waiting for. Just say I do, because us. I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side.
So now for the fun part, I'm gonna go ahead and blindfold her so she does not see the wig. I dyed it, I styled it on her head, but it's a really pretty wig. Her favorite color is purple, so I did 2 different tones of purple, like a periwinkle and a violet. So it's a really, really nice color, and I didn't want her to see it. So I told her most things on her birthday was gonna be surprised, and I was right, literally. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and add the 3 layers of glue to her hair. The first layer I did kind of thick, so the second 2 layers I did kind of thinner because it was already enough glue. So when I did that, I made sure they were nice and tacky before I started applying the wig. So here's the wig. It's 2 colors like I said before. It's so pretty. It took me like 8 hours to do it, but it was all worth it to see her smile in the end. I really wanted this to be a special birthday for her, which it was, and I was really happy that I made it special by helping her with her hair and stuff like that. As you can see, she's gonna start singing and being happy because she's about to get a whole new wig. I'm old, brand new. Period. Like, she's about to look cute. So she already know. She already know. So I'm gonna just keep going crazy with this foundation and this wig cap. Period. The moment we've been waiting for, me to finally put that lace on there. And I did it in 2.3 seconds because that clip was horrible. So as you can see, I put it on there already, and it's melting pretty good. Now, what I learned about lace is to always cut the clips off the closure so it makes it look 10,000 times natural as if it was a lace front, which is so smart because I only learned that after I took that class. So shout out to Crown Pink Alert for teaching me this technique because I never knew that. And like I've mentioned before, I did not have my wig band, so I had to like use my scarf to like go extremely tight to make it melt as much as possible. And this was not an easy task, and if I had a real client, I would not do this because I don't know how they would react to me putting something on their eyes and then putting it on their face. But it's fine because this is my cousin, and she was like, you know what, do what you gotta do to make me look cute, and I did that, point blank period. So, and because of that, I did that good. But anyways, I just made sure it was nice and tight as much as I possibly could do to start getting it to really melt, and that lace to really stay. Now it's time for me to get it laced and slayed and use the hot comb to get it flat and nice and so pretty. So I went ahead with my heat protector and I was just going to buck. I was struggling because I didn't want to burn her. I think I did an accident a few times. This is why I have to keep practicing at this. See, I burnt her already. I was so sorry. I was like, there's many more burns that come to this. See, burned her again. I have to get better. And the thing is this is like my first time really going crazy with hot combs, because usually I just use the flat iron because my hot combs will burn through everything, including my carpet, so I don't really use hot combs like that. But I got this new hot comb. Shout out to Everything Real Jared for buying this for me. I love you. You guys go check out her YouTube channel too. She has a whole bunch of amazing things on there too. So I was just making sure that everything was nice and laid and flat with the hot comb like I learned in my class, and just in general from learning things also, you know. And I went back and I made sure she looked so pretty. I kept making her face up. I was like, stop putting your head down. I gotta see you. I gotta see you. So yeah. Same thing. I'm about to go with the hot comb and make sure I get the heat protector and just go nice and slow so I don't burn her. So make sure that the edges come out flat and everything comes out nice and flat and make it look like it's scalp. So yes.
If I wrote you a symphony just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents my heart, but there's just one thing I need from you. Say I do. Because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. Ain't another woman that can take your spot, my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love.
It's cut and lace time, so I'm gonna go in a zigzag-ish motion. Have to go up back and clean up after myself because this was definitely a struggle. I'm gonna be completely honest. It was not the easiest thing in the world. It's definitely a struggle, but I made it work, and in the end, it did look really nice. But I have to go back up and clean my edges because for the most part, it doesn't look too bad. I just have to get better when it comes to cutting my lace. But that's what this is about. It's about me progressing and being better. So, yes.
See, what's the point in waiting anymore? Cause girl, I've never been more sure that baby it's you. This ring here represents my heart, and everything that you've been waiting for. Just say I do. Because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy.
Alright, she's about to open up her eyes and see. This is her first reaction of the wig itself, and she's very happy. I know her face might look like she wanna poop, but she's very happy. She's very shocked. She didn't know it was gonna come out this way. So, I think she likes it. I know she likes it. She told me. But, you know, she's very interested in her lace. So, yes. She kept looking like lace wear. Like, period. Like, she had to put her glasses on because she couldn't really fathom how good her hair was looking. Like, period. Alright, now I have to go with the hot comb one last time. Probably not one, but probably another time to make sure like it's really flat, like really like super duper like super duper like flat like lace like flat like super duper flat. I have a weird back, so yeah, but really flat. That's pretty much what I'm getting at here. I want her hair to be really flat. And the final part is the styling. I had to curl the hair separately on both sides to get that kind of, you know, separate effect. It took me about an hour. And I didn't know it was going to take me that long to curl hair because it's like my first time really like getting in-depth to curling hair. Maybe I was just really so precise with my curls. Maybe that was it. I mean, it came out pretty, but it took a long time. And I kind of regret not curling it the night before. And I was like, I'll style it on her head. I should have styled it at home. I never knew it was going to take me that long because they was kind of waiting on me to kind of hurry up. But, you know, in the end, it looks so pretty. Oh, my gosh. The colors. And then at the end of, like, the purples, it's kind of like a pinkish. And I thought that was interesting. Very interesting thing that the color did. Even with the purple, it becomes like a darker purple. So it's so cute. If only it took as long in this video to curl her hair. Oh, my gosh. I would be so happy. But it didn't. It's fine, though. I got over it. But thank you for watching this first YouTube video of mine. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to keep getting better, and y'all see me next time.